Hey, so I thought I would talk about or reflect upon my time in Thailand. I'm in Cambodia now. I'm in Siem Reap, and it is hot as hell. It's so freaking hot. Oh man, it's got me sweating. It's definitely warm. We got in yesterday, and I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts on Cambodia when we leave. We went to Angkor Wat yesterday for sunset, and we went this morning for sunrise. Give me a good angle, my gobbler down here, old man gobbler. It's like all like. I need to sit up so I don't look so bad. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to talk. Man, I need to get a selfie stick or something. I wanted to talk about Thailand. So this is my third time being in Thailand, but it's only since last year. Last year we went for a few weeks, and then we left for a week or so, and then we came back for a few more weeks. So you can count that as once, maybe you can count that as twice. I don't know. It's like there was a cooling off period in between. But this time we were there for, I'd say about 3.5 weeks. We flew in from Kuala Lumpur, and then we flew into Bangkok. And we stayed in Bangkok for 3 nights, and then we went to Hua Hin. We took a bus down to Hua Hin, which is about 3.5 hours south of Bangkok on the coast. And then we stayed there for 2 weeks, and then we went back to Bangkok for 3 nights, and then we flew out. Thailand as a whole, first of all, I can't say enough good things about Thailand. I love Thailand. It's more expensive than it used to be. I know that. It's even more expensive than when I was there last year. Not like, but when you're talking about expensiveness, you have to really quantify that. You have to put it in perspective. So more expensive means, so last year when I was there, the baht was like 35 baht to $1. So when one of 35 of their dollars to one of ours, U.S. I said one of ours, like we're all U.S. But, and this year it was like 30. So it went down. It was 5 baht, maybe a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, my wife and I would eat we would eat dinner. Our whole dinner was like $6 still or less. We ate a lot of street food or small cafes. It's very rare where we eat in like a big sit-down type restaurant. And when I mean sit-down, we ate at sit-down restaurants in Hua Hin more than we did normally, and they had air conditioning, some of them did, but they're still very cheap. They're not like, it's not like when I say sit-down, you talk like an Olive Garden or some type of sit-down. It's like a cafe that has some AC. But I can't love Thailand enough. I can't love the people enough. I can't love the food enough. Oh my God. No, I was in love with Thai food before. Now I'm so much more in love with Thai food. I said this time when I came over, because last time I ate pad kra pao, I have an innate this gene in me. I've discovered over my years that if pad kra pao is in front of me, I can't say no. And I love Thailand. They refer to pad kra pao as the no think meal, because like if you don't know what to order, you just order pad kra pao because it's always good. So in that regard, pad kra pao is my go-to, and I go to night markets. And now May is her go-to also, which is great. Last time she didn't eat that much pad kra pao, but now I've been making it at home. And since I made it, she started eating it, and now she gets it. Maybe more than I do, and we both like it decently spicy. Well, like 2 chilies, maybe 2.5, 3. Prick, song prick. But my mission this time when I went to Thailand was to eat pad kra pao. One was to eat more mango sticky rice, which is funny because we went over last time and we only ate mango sticky rice like twice because there's just so many desserts. So we ate a whole lot more mango sticky rice, but I ate so many desserts. Oh my God, so many desserts. I tried every dessert I could. I found a list of like 25 desserts you have to try in Thailand. And I think I did 21 or 22 of them. And not with that, and it was not without trying for the last like 3. I got close, but my goal was to eat more soups, more noodles, and I definitely did that. I had tom yum. I had all these different soups and noodles and mind-blowing curries. When I was in Hua Hin, well, let me back up, and I'll get to that curry part when I talk about Hua Hin. So Bangkok, like I said, we've been there before. We got Sakyant tattoos this time, and no, they weren't with a monk. I know enough people will be like, freak out on that. It was with an Ajorn, which is like a master. But we went and got it. I got, you see right there. There it is. That's the one I got. My wife got another one right here on her shoulder. We got that. That was an amazing experience. Did it hurt? Yeah. My wife still say no. But I have more tattoos. I have more tattoos covered up than most people have tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos. And I'm not saying like some tattoo dude, but there's a good percentage of my body's covered in tattoos. My whole back, arms. I got a lot of tattoos. And I've always been one of those people that, and this has been my whole life, I started getting tattoos in the 90s, like early 90s. And I'd always be in these conversations, people like, oh, does it hurt? And everybody's like, no, it doesn't hurt at all if you get it here. And I'm just sitting there like, it doesn't hurt me. every tattoo I ever got hurt. I don't care what it is. Some more than others, but every tattoo hurt. None of them were I was like, oh, this is cool. This is dope. But they never hurt so much as like, literally, sometimes I'd be in so much pain getting a tattoo. I'd be like, this sucks. And then like the next day I'm like talking to my tattoo guy, like, dude, when are we gonna do it again? So anyways, so the second it hurt, but it wasn't unbearable or anything, about an hour, maybe less. Great experience. I mean, I couldn't recommend doing that enough to anybody. It was so much fun. And just such amazing, the way they chant, the way you give the blessing. That was just, it was awesome. So that was our first trip to Bangkok, or our first 3 nights in Bangkok. We went to ate right down the street from our hotel, just out of luck. There's a bunch of street vendors, and they had amazing food. So we got food from them almost every night. We went to Bontat Road. Bontat Road, though, is really awesome for trying like unique items, but it's such a trendy IG, the gram, whatever you want to call all the influencers, and you have to be really picky and choosy, but there's still amazing food. You just don't go to the really popular spots, you're fine. Took the bus to Hua Hin. Hua Hin, my first impression. So Hua Hin is one of those places we want to retire. My wife and I want to retire in like 3 years. We want to leave the States. We want to sell all our stuff, and I've already started doing this. We want to move, basically split our time between Vietnam and Thailand. And we're trying to find, obviously we would love to live on the islands, right? We want to live on Koh Samui. We want to live on Koh Samui. But that's probably not feasible. So Hua Hin is this place, we've been doing a lot of research. This seems like a dual spot. So our first one, we got an apartment there. It was amazing. Had a complex with 10 pools. One of them was beachside. Great apartment. But my first impression on the first night is we went to this food court, outdoor food court, like a night market style. And it was like, I was like sitting in, it was like I was in America with just like Thai workers. It feels like, like how you have Chinatown, in America, you have Chinatowns and stuff like that. It felt like I was in America town. And I had the same thing happen to me last year in Koh Samui, where on Fisherman's Village, you walk down and it just feels like you're in America, but there's Thai workers. It's really unsettling feeling to me. I just don't dig it. So we went to that thing, and all it was surrounded was just by a bunch of meat. And I was like, I don't like it. And then we had to stop by this mall, and the mall food court and everything, and that it was all just Westerners, which, and believe me, I know I'd realize where we're going is a big factor here. So by the second day, though, I was like, I wasn't sure if Hua Hin was going to work. And I was like, I just don't know. And there's a lot of expats. I mean, I knew there's a lot of expats there, but there was a lot. It was a whole lot. And then we found this market called Huana, and I might be saying this wrong, Huana Market, Huana. It was a very local, like the ground is like rock, gravel, very local market. I mean, night market, super wet market, super local, like a couple of me. When we went there like 3 or 4 times. There was maybe like 3 or 4 Westerners in there at the time, including us. So, and then that's where I really fell in love with Hua Hin. Found the amazing Penang curry. I didn't know what it was. I saw something. I was like, "Let me give you a bag of that." She gave me a bag. Took it home, ate it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Had it a couple more times. Found just all these different foods. It was harder to converse with people because it was very local, but we still figure out ways. And that's when I started falling in love with Hua Hin. We went to Cha Am for a night, and up there was way more local, so I started liking it more. And by the end of the 2 weeks, I love Hua Hin. I had a scooter the whole time we did, so we took a scooter, we did all these excursions, we saw all these different things. We hiked out the temple in the cave, and it's Nayang. I can't remember the name of it. It's an amazing hike, amazing temple in this cave. So Hua Hin in general, I love it. And then one of the most special things that I can remember happening to me, and this is gonna be such a trivial thing, and I understand that, and I get that, but it's gonna be such a trivial moment, but I found it so profoundly impacting for me, was when we were leaving Hua Hin, we, get out of the camera, Brad. When we were leaving, we got on a bus. We had bus tickets to go back to Bangkok for the last 3 days. I sat down my bus ticket, and we had to buy 4 seats because of our luggage, which we probably didn't have to, but anyways, we bought 4 seats, so it was just myself, May was behind me, and the seat behind me. As soon as the bus starts pulling away, this little girl's head pops up in the seat in front of me. She's probably 3 or 4, and she's just like waving at me, and she starts talking to me, and just talking. She keeps reaching back. She wants to touch me, wants to touch my bracelets, my tattoos. And we're just talking back and forth, and I don't have a thing, knows what she's saying. She doesn't have a thing. And she just blah, blah. And then she kept reaching back, and she like put her hands out. She wanted to do high fives. And then she starts wanting to play rock, paper, scissors. And I'm just like giggling and laughing, and I'm having the time of my life. This just amazing human interaction. So this little Thai girl and this 52-year-old American guy, we can't speak each other's language, but we're doing rock, paper, scissors. We played that for a while, and she's laughing, I'm laughing, we're having a blast. And then her mom's fine, all right, and her mom's filming it, May filmed it. There's some videos out there of it I put on all the TikTok and YouTube. And then as we went down the road, every like 5-10 minutes, she'd just pop her head back up, and she'd want to touch or talk, laugh. She tried to give me her stuffed monkey, and I was like, I don't know. And then she'd like kind of just drop it over the seat to me, so I had to give it back to her, which made her giggle. At one point, she'd like push her blanket between the seats back to me. I could just look down and see this blanket keep pushing through, so I finally fell through, and then I'd have to give it back to her, which she thought was so funny. And then I just kind of sleeping after a while. I'd started dozing off, and every once in a while I'd wake up and I'd see a hand just kind of creep between the seats, like the wall and the seat, like this little hand just creep around and just touch my knee, just touch my knee, and then go back around. It's just so funny. So it was this totally trivial moment. It's this moment that she will never remember in the rest of her life, right? She got off the bus, went with her mom, they went to dinner, probably whenever, family, never think twice about it. And for me, it's this amazing cosmic lottery of events I always find fascinating me. I happen to be on that bus in that seat on that day with that little girl right there. And so for that little interaction, I will think of that. I'll remember that interaction. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. And it'll hold a special place for me. And even though it meant nothing in the grand scheme of things, it's just that human element, interaction, that, wow, I mean, and I said this in like, I do like a daily entry of, I put out on Facebook and on WhatsApp to all my friends, family, of everything we do each day. I do like a recap kind of thing. And I said in that how, like in my normal life, I work a lot. And I don't say that to be like, dude, look at me. You should all be like me. You should pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You should have my work ethic. Because I don't think I have a great work ethic. And I think everybody laugh who knows me when I say that. But I do work a lot. I work 60, 70, 80 hour weeks when you combine all my jobs and stuff like that. And which is fine. And that's not a complaint in the world for me. I do this, there's a reason. I want to retire. I want to move to Thailand. I want to move to Vietnam. I want to travel. I want to experience my life. So I will burn, I guess, myself both ends for the next few years. And I've been doing this for a while in order to get to where I can exhale at an age where I want to exhale, when my knees still work. But, and I said this in my post before, every hour I put in, every amount of sweat, everything I do, all the hours every week, all the time, the effort, every single moment of that is worth it for moments like that when I interact with that little girl. Or, because I just sit back, so many times on this trip, I've just sat back and I've just thought about it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I am sitting here on the side of a street in Hua Hin, or in Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Port Dickson, Subic, Manila so far. I'm going to Phnom Penh. I'm sitting here on the side of the street in this little chair, plastic chair, this little table. I'm eating the most amazing food from this auntie or uncle who just made it in a wok with like a propane tank on a cart. And how many people do I know that are doing this, right? And not to say like, oh, look at me, I get to do what you guys are. Not at all. It's just, I appreciate that I'm in a spot in my life and a moment in my life that I can do this. And I don't take it for granted. I really don't. When I coach kids, I coach wrestling, football at middle school level. And I've done this for a very long time. I have that same type of thing where I sit back and I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of work with all my other jobs, but how lucky am I to do this? I'm getting to these kids. I'm seeing these kids, and it might not mean anything. And when I say that, it probably does. I meet kids years later. I'll be in a supermarket, and they'll come up to me. They're a giant, and then they're like, "Hey, Coach Z," and I'm just like, "Hey, you," and then and then it'll dawn me who they are. I'm like, "Oh my dude, you're huge." Last time I saw them, they're like 8th grade. They're like this. Now they're like towering. Well, they're probably towering over me in 8th grade too. I'm fun size. I'm a 12-inch sub in a 6-inch body. And don't take that the way you might have thought. Spirit-wise. Anyways, I take those moments and I reflect on them and I hold them deeply. That little girl, meals that I eat, anytime I interact with somebody on one of these trips that touch me in that certain way, in an emotional level, I really try to just take that in and say, like, wow. I mean, this morning, I'll talk about this when I talk about Cambodia. Last night, this morning, I sat there at Angkor Wat, and I just take those small moments of silence and just like, holy shit, I'm sitting here at Angkor Wat at sunrise, or I'm at sunset. Holy shit, there's a bunch of monkeys right there with like their babies and stuff. I mean, you don't get these opportunities in life. And a lot of people don't get them at all, and a lot of people don't take them. And I'm not saying that you all have the opportunity or everybody has the opportunity, they just need to take it. That's not true. But some people just don't take them, some people don't get them. And so the fact that I've been able to take those and I've been able to get those and get so many of them. I mean, the last 3 years, we went to Vietnam for 3 weeks. Last year we went for 6 weeks, and we went from Thailand to Bali to Singapore, back to Thailand to Taipei to Tokyo. I mean, this year, the Philippines to Malaysia to Thailand to Cambodia to China to Hong Kong. I mean, and this is not, like I said, I don't want this to be as like, look at me, I'm doing all this. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. That's what it is. It's not, I'm doing this, ha ha ha. It's, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is just unbelievable. And it's changed my perspective in life. And so Thailand, anyways, way back to Thailand. We came back up. We went to Bangkok for 3 more days. I had to work the whole time at nights, but we still got to do a lot of fun things. But at the end of the day, Thailand is somewhere, and I'm excited to go back to Vietnam because when I went to Vietnam, I left there saying it's the greatest food in the world, greatest people in the world. I can't wait to live here. And then I went to Thailand, and I went back to Thailand. I'm like, holy shit, dude. So I think both people are awesome, amazing. They're two of my favorite people in the world. Both of them are so kind, so generous, so understanding. Thai food, to me, God, I love Vietnam food, but Thai food it's the world. It's the best food in the world. I'll die on that hill. I love Mexican, but Thai food is hands down to me the best. It's just the complexity of the taste, the sour, the sweet, the spicy, the crunchy, the soft, the chewy. That profile is unmatched. It's unparalleled. And the fact that you get all of that and not in some like Michelin star restaurant, not in some fancy kitchen from an auntie with a wok on the side of the road. And I mean literally a wok on the side of the road sometimes. Not even a cart sometimes, just a wok. And you will get food that you just can't believe how good it is. You're like, how can food be this good on the side of a road? I've had it so many times I can't remember, and every time I sit there and go, wow. So, my time in Thailand, we've already planned the next trip. Hopefully, if it doesn't get effed up anymore in America, in the world. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything stays good. Next trip will be next year. We'll be back to Thailand. This time we'll be in Thailand for even longer. I think we're probably going to look at more around that 4 to 5 weeks in Thailand. We want to do all the islands, down go like Koh Samet, Got Samet, however you say, down on Pattaya. I don't really care about going to Pattaya. I do want to go to the world's largest 7-Eleven there, Pattaya. And I have a guy I went to high school with. I wouldn't mind meeting him for dinner. That'd be really cool. I would love to see Yasha, if you're watching this. I'm going to come through Pattaya next year. I'm staying a night there, so I go to that 7-Eleven. We should get dinner. I would love to hang out and just hear your perspective on your life in Thailand. And the fact that we both went to the same little tiny school in Alsea, Oregon, and then we could meet in Pattaya, That'd be amazing. So that, and then we're gonna go down to Koh Samet, and then I forgot the islands down there, but there's a chain of islands down there. I want to spend like 4 to 5 nights studying Thailand, just island life for like 3 weeks straight, and then be back to Samet, and then back with Bangkok. We're gonna be in Bangkok for a few weeks, or May's doing some stuff there. But I can't wait to get back to Thailand. I love it. I know this went on way too long, but you just can't find better people, better food. It's better everything. It just really is. Other than Bangkok traffic, it's freaking, it's the death. It's the devil. Bangkok traffic. Oh, but the rest of it. And if you go to Thailand, I suggest going to Bangkok, experience it, but then go to an island, go to Hua Hin, go to somewhere a little bit smaller. Get a scooter if you feel comfortable with that. Make sure you have your international driver license and your motorcycle endorsement on your driver's license. You're here in the States. Go there, take a scooter, go around town scooter, and then just take that scooter and go out into the countryside. Go out to the small towns, drive through the rice fields, see that side of Thailand. And a lot of people use this phrase, real Thailand. It's not the real Thailand. Real Thailand is everything. It's the country, it's the city, it's the 7-Elevens, it's the freaking the tuk-tuks. There is no such thing to me as like, people like to say, like, oh, you don't know the real Thailand. To me, the real Thailand is wherever you're at in Thailand. You know, people make fun of pad Thai. They make fun of pad Thai, which isn't my favorite because it's not spicy, but it's good. They make fun of like 7-Eleven, stuff like that. I've seen so many Thais eating pad Thai. People are like, pad Thai, Thais don't even eat pad Thai. I'm like, I have seen it many times. 1,000 times. So that kind of stuff, don't buy into that aspect. Buy into the perspective of, I just want to get on a scooter, or I want to take a grab. I want to go to a small town. I want to drive through these rice paddy fields. I want to sit on the side of a street. I want to buy some food from an auntie, and I just want to watch Thailand go around me. And I recommend that for every place you go. And I'm pointing you like, but every place you go, just find a corner, find a bowl of noodles, and find the people. And if you're like one of those outgoing people, great, talk to them. I'm really not. I just kind of let the world go around me and I absorb it. But you know, that's my perspective, and that's my advice. It's just, it might cost a lot to get here. It can. You can be smart about it. But once you're here, just the simplest and most enjoyable things I've ever done on all my trips is literally with a bowl of noodles or some pad krapao or mesquites in Mexico, and it's just sitting on a curb or a little plastic chair side of a street and just watching the world go by, watching what their life is like on a day-to-day basis. Not why they're serving me, not why they're in a hotel and they have to say hello and thank you, but just watching how they interact with each other, watching how they interact with you when you walk up to them, like somebody in the middle of the neighborhood, and order their food. You know, that's what it's all about. For me, it is. That's literally the best thing in the world. It really is. So, if you listen to me this whole thing, thank you. I like watching these, like in a year from now, whatever, and remember that, and then it also helps me keep things when the stuff gets tough. I like I'll watch back these perspective videos I make, and I'll read back all my little journal entries, and it'll remind me why I do this, why the purpose I feel like I have in life now. Not now. I've had an amazing life. I really have. It's not been easy. I'm not. When I say amazing, I don't want that to sound like, oh, I've just been given everything. It's been so hard. It's been so hard. But I've learned, especially in the last handful of years, to really appreciate everything I've gone through and everything I get to do now. So, thanks for watching. I can't wait to make another one. I'll make another video here. We leave in a couple more days to go down to Phnom Penh, and we'll be there, and we're gonna go to the Killing Fields in S21, which I can't wait. And that sounds probably morbid, but it's something I've read so much about and try to experience so much. I can't wait to immerse myself in that, and just, I know the feeling's gonna be really hard, but I think it's something. I went to the Landmine Museum today, and it's heavy. It's like going to the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh City. It's something you need to do. It's not something that's gonna make your vacation happy. It's just something you need to do. So I'll make another video about Cambodia when we leave here, and God, it's hot. It's really hot. I'm in my pool right now. I should have made this video Angkor Wat because it was so much nicer there. But thank you, and yeah, I'll check you out next video. Thanks. Bye.